Welcome to Extra Butter. It's the movie that even outperformed and outpaced studio expectations. Sonic the Hedgehog crushed it. We'll talk with all the stars. Also, Call of the Wild, a movie Harrison Ford might or might not be excited about. We'll be talking to him, and Jojo Rabbit, fresh off of its Oscar win and into your home on streaming, Blu-ray, and on demand. That and more on this edition of Extra Butter. It's a show where we talk about movies pretty much the way you talk about movies, the way you talk about movies, the way these guys talk about the movies. Hey, it's Kelly Savannah Deaton. Where do we find you online?
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Kelly Savannah Deaton, and then over here it's the world famous comedian. You know him, you love him. It's Steph Sanders, ladies and gentlemen.
Crowd goes wild.
Where do we find you online?
I am Steph Sanders everywhere.
Oh, we must be talking about a kid movie because there are all these kids, and we got small popcorn in the house.
What happened?
Where do we find you online?
Large drink, small popcorn.
All right, let's get the show started. It's a show called Extra Butter because that's what we call it. All right, we got the kid here. You don't mind being called a kid. Is that PC? Can we call kids anymore?
I think you never know these days.
You never know. We have this young man with us today because Sonic crushed it at the box office.
Yes.
Why are the kids into it?
It's really kind of showing how a kid kind of could be a superhero and how what a kid would do with the power and how it would react.
Why are your friends going to see it so much?
I'd say because it's funny, it's amazing, and it's a little blue ball of a hedgehog that is super energy and funny at the same time.
Got it. And Sonic the Hedgehog first became a household name during your generation.
That's right.
Sega.
Sega.
Hey!
And then you add in Jim Carrey, and this is classic Jim Carrey, and I think that's why a lot of adults are going to see it as well.
I'm going to see it for the kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, well, I don't
For the
have
blue
kids.
ball of energy.
All right.
I love Jim Carrey.
The guy that won the lottery is Ben Schwartz, and you're going, who's Ben Schwartz?
Yeah.
Maybe you love him on Parks and Recreation.
Right.
I sat down with him. Do you guys want to guess what I talked to him about? Anybody? What do you think I asked?
How would it be to be a blue ball of energy?
There you go. No.
Yeah.
What do you think I asked him about?
What did you have to do to prepare for this role?
Very good question that I didn't ask. What do you think I asked about?
Did you ask him about Star Wars?
Yes,
somehow?
I did, because he's got a
of
connection.
course.
How did I know?
How did we know?
Well, kudos to you. It is amazing. I'm looking at it like through a kid's eyes, and all the kid stuff is there, and the adult stuff is there. And then there are scenes where I'm openly weeping at this hedgehog's dilemma.
Yeah, how amazing that animators can make a hedgehog make you cry.
Well, I mean, I think the strength is on the voice too.
Okay, I'll take 100% of it. I think it's absolutely because of me, yeah.
Do you have a favorite moment that, a lot of layers go into making a movie like this that you couldn't wait to see on the big screen?
Oh yeah, what a great question. It's always interesting because I do quite a bit of voiceover work, is that I'll do my work and then I have no idea what it's going to look like till a year later.
Yeah.
Because it takes that long from the animated. So there are sequences where even in the hotel room, I'm going around doing 100 things. And for them to animate that, I couldn't wait to see. And all these little Easter eggs that I notice and love are all throughout the movie. So all that stuff was the most exciting for me.
Well, it is remarkable. The chemistry's there.
Thanks, man.
I buy into it. I love this.
Good. If that works, then the movie works.
So I have a history of spinning all the time. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and I have a history of spinning things into Star Wars. I'm friends with Kevin Pollak. And
I just talked to him yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and you did his podcast.
And I helped out with Star Wars a little bit.
This is where it's going. Kevin tells me that you did a consultancy gig for BB-8 specifically?
I helped with the voice of BB-8, and then at the beginning when JJ and I were doing BB-8, I had lines as BB-8, and we gave them to Lucas at Lucasfilms, and they turned it into beeps and boops, but it didn't quite work, so I got a synthesizer, and we worked with that. And then also have a couple jokes in episode 9, which is very exciting.
Lay them on me.
Oh, I can't. I haven't told anybody yet.
Oh, okay.
They're C-3PO related, if that helps.
Okay.
Now you have to go find them.
All right. I'm sure your shut down the main reactor lines are hysterical.
Great.
I can't wait to find them.
Yeah. That's it.
Come on. He's the voice of BB-8 for all practical purposes and wrote dialogue for C-3PO. Come on. How can I not bring that
anywhere? You will connect that anywhere.
You would. What did you ask James Marsden?
Nothing about Star Wars.
But goodness.
I did talk to him about working with Jim Carrey because that's got to be a daunting feat because Jim Carrey's back to being funny in this.
Yeah.
Right. Back to being in living color funny, mask funny. Yes. I love it because he did a lot of movies trying to search for that Oscar, and now he's just like, let me go be funny again and do the movies that matter. People want to see me in.
Everybody's got a good Jim Carrey. Do you have a good Jim Carrey?
You wanna know what Sergeant Carey? No one cares because nobody cares about your name because you're not in charge.
That's a fresh Jim Carrey straight out of Sonic. I talked to James Marsden about keeping a straight face through all of that. Take a look. Not a bad day's work when you get to riff with Jim Carrey in a major motion picture.
Yeah. It is, and on one hand, the most exciting kind of career highlight for me. On the other hand, it's it sort of highlights how much better he is at riffing than you are. But yeah, it was pretty special, and he was great. Just watching him work at every moment needed to be inspired and feel new and different, and he would surprise you with things you just would never have guessed he would do. And keeping it, keep from laughing and running the take was an effort.
Is James Marsden not like the quintessential nice guy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Good guy.
So nice. I
And-
would hang out with him anytime.
And unlike Mark, so we can tell who's aging by his haircuts and all these
Yes,
interviews.
his hair.
He does not age at all. I'm like, who is this guy?
He's
What
a
is he?
vampire.
Is
He
Yoda
does
or
not
is this-
age.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Speaking of that insulting comment you made about me and my haircuts,
Oh, your
here's an
haircut.
example.
Any awkward moments, embarrassing moments? There was the first time I ever had a movie come out, which was a vampire movie ages ago, called Once Bitten.
Of course.
And I went up to Canada and I decided I was going to have a big premiere in my hometown. And we all watched the movie. My cousins, everybody, my family was there. They were yelling at me all the way through the movie. They were like, "Oh, Jim, yeah, did you get her? Did you get her?" You know, that kind of thing. That's where I come from. Afterwards, we were all set up. We had it all set up. I was going to like steal away in this Cadillac, and my friend Wayne, my best friend, he brought the Cadillac and it was already out front. We were going to speed away in front of everybody and wave goodbye to Hollywood, and go back to Hollywood. We went outside, dead of winter, after the thing. I just signed 100 autographs, turn around, Wayne has locked the keys in the car and it's running. Okay, for the next 2 hours, we're like this, trying to jimmy the door. Waiting for my brother who has the actual thing to jimmy the door.
Exactly.
Big
Big star with a coat hanger.
Totally. The whole audience passes on the way home. It's Jim back!
Mark,
Now,
that hair's...
Jim Carrey's hair kind of on the Steph Sanders tip.
I like it. Yeah.
There you
My
go,
haircut, on the
yeah.
other hand,
I don't know what's going on there. Clay Aiken
it's
vibes,
a little Clay Aiken meets Lance Bass,
Yeah.
just a smidge.
That's what Clay did when he started losing.
All right, if you haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog, go see it because...
I'd say Jim Carrey went over the expectations of the people.
All right, pray that we can wake Harrison Ford up in time to talk about Call of the Wild. Coming up, a movie I'm not sure he's excited about,
Yeah.
and why this movie is making history, next on Extra Butter. Don't move. Hey, welcome back to Extra Butter, where we talk about movies the way you talk about movies. Formal introduction once again. Where do we find you online? Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
The world-famous comedian Steph Sanders. Where are we finding you?
I am Steph Sanders everywhere. Grown man head, 12-year-old body.
By the way, TikTok famous. I just saw your commercial on
Right.
TikTok.
Famous.
You got a run for your money with the TikTok-isms.
Yeah.
I know.
Love it. Love it.
All right, over here it is Small Popcorn. Where do we find you?
Large drink, small popcorn.
Instagram
love it.
famous.
Popping up here.
All right, we've asked Small Popcorn to stick around because I'm curious to know, do you think kids your age are going to love Call of the Wild?
A little bit, yeah, but I think I mostly like little kids.
Okay, good to know.
Interesting.
Now, there's a lot in play right here. I don't know if you guys know this or not. History is being made. This is the very first Disney release of a 20th Century Fox movie, now that they've gobbled them up.
That makes
Nice.
sense. I know it's also the first time that they actually took the entire book and put it in a film. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But when you have Harrison Ford, you got to give him the whole
Have to,
thing.
exactly.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure he's excited about this movie. I think he may have just done it for the paycheck.
Yeah.
Listen to him talk about it.
Call of the Wild is the story of Buck, a domestic dog, dog-napped from his happy home in California and transported to the Yukon. And his life is hard. The job is hard, his life is hard. He's not necessarily treated as well as he might be until he finds himself in the hands of John Thornton, the character that I play.
All right. It's Harrison Ford, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. He's through talking. He's talking. That's better than one of those sonic white noise devices that put you to sleep.
He should come out with a device, where you just fall asleep hearing
It's a
him
Harrison
talk about
Ford's voice.
dogs.
I hope the
like
movie's
dogs.
more exciting.
I
really hope.
It
I
is.
really-
He gets the energy when he needs to have it.
You're never going to find a more iconic movie star that does not play like a movie star when you
Yeah.
talk to him in person. Here, I'll do an impression.
Okay.
Harrison Ford looks like he's been stung by a bee or in pain by any question you ask him. All right,
Okay.
act like you're asking Harrison Ford a question. I'll do Harrison Ford.
How did you like the CGI? A lot of it in this movie.
That's not of a concern to me. I just show up that I hit my mark.
All
right, yeah. Harrison Ford question. Go ahead. Harrison Ford question.
So, what do you like better, Indiana Jones or Star Wars?
It's all in a day's work. I show up, I hit the mark, I say the lines, and there's a dog. And yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Harrison, Call of the Wild. You play with the dog the whole time. You have dogs, right, in your own life?
Yeah, but that's... I'm serious. That's what I'm like every single time.
Harrison Ford, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, dude, don't jump on social media saying I'm hating, because I love that guy. He is one of my favorite American actors of all time.
And Star Wars.
And I'm a huge Star Wars geek. Just like pulling teeth to talk to. That's all I'm saying. All right, coming up in a moment, you are going to go see Sonic, and we are going to be talking about a movie you're probably not that into. Midway. Celebrate the battle yet again in one of the most epic adventure movies of all time. And did you know there are 21 bridges leading in and out of New York City? Thus the name, 21 Bridges. We will talk to Black Panther himself,
New York.
Chadwick Boseman, about that next. Hey, welcome back. It's Extra Butter. Just kicking it with the world-famous comedian Steph Sanders and Kelly Savannah Deaton. I'm Mark S. Allen. Find me at TV Mark S. Allen.
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
I am Steph Sanders.
All right, jumping right into stuff that you can watch in the coziness of your very own home. Might I suggest 21 Bridges? I love this movie so much. I'll be honest with you. I went to it not knowing what to expect. I learned so much.
Yeah.
There are 21 bridges in and out of Manhattan.
I did not know that. And I also, huge fan of Sienna Miller, huge fan of Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
I want to see them make more movies. There should have been more focus on their relationship.
No kidding.
Just saying, she's kicked ass, he's amazing.
Yeah, electric. They did an electric job. I love Chadwick Boseman in anything.
Right?
What can this guy not play?
What can he not play?
Incredible dude.
Yeah.
I love this turn for him too, because he's played a couple of historical figures in his
Jackie
time.
Brown.
Then of course he played Black Panther, the greatest role of all time.
Yeah.
I like seeing him in this kind of gritty drama. We talked.
There's so much I can't talk about because I don't want to plot spoil, but suffice to say, both of you end up in some intense chase and action sequences. And there are these scenes, and again, don't want to plot spoil, but you're ducking under stuff, like more practical than I think you may have even done in Black Panther. Any bumps, bruises, contusions? What was the hardest thing on the set?
I did accidentally get hit on the head with a gun, but that was okay. It kind of it looks good.
That was okay.
It looks good.
It's commitment.
And I had that. Remember we were doing the
You cut,
the gun back?
I shot you.
Yeah. Well, you didn't shoot me.
What did I do?
Yeah.
What was it?
Don't even. You know what? I shouldn't even bring it up because I don't want you to worry about it. Yeah. No.
What was it? Was it a blank?
Yeah. Your blank came off and hit me.
And it cut him.
It actually cut my forehead. So it's
Have you got a scar?
So it's covered. No, it's completely healed. Aloe vera, cocoa butter, shea butter,
Emu oil.
exactly, all of that. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
You went from movie making to therapy.
Yeah.
Bring all of this up.
No, but things happen.
It was a discharge. We were firing beside each other. The discharge of her weapon actually hit me. When I'm behind that current, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Got to be in it to win it. That's commitment.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is what it is.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
I would love to see them go on and make another movie together, and I think
great.
that might happen.
Yeah, I would hope so. And you're on the edge of your seat the entire time you watch this movie. It stressed me out.
Exactly.
Good movie. Yeah, I'm very, very surprised about the expectations of this. I love it.
Would you buy it or rent it?
I would buy it.
Buy it or rent it.
I think buy it. It's going to be a nice one to dust off again and again.
And I always buy Sienna Miller.
Another one to buy, as much as I love 1917's take on World War I, I think Midway is brilliant.
Nailed it.
Yes.
I had the
Yes.
luxury of taking one of the sole survivors that was in the Battle of Midway to go see this movie.
No way.
You were at the Battle of Midway on the USS Hornet, an aircraft carrier, right?
Right.
And you survived Midway, and then about a month later, what happened to you on the Hornet?
Got sunk.
So you got sunk on the Hornet.
Yeah.
But you stayed in the service.
Stayed in.
You came back. They put you on another aircraft carrier. Which
Right.
one?
The Princeton.
And what happened on the Princeton?
Got sunk again.
You got sunk on the Princeton.
This guy is named Curly Brumfield. He's 106 years old. He was shot down twice, sunk twice, and survived the Battle of Midway. And I took him to this movie thinking he would enjoy the epic nature of it the way we do.
Yeah.
Because it does play like an action movie
Yeah.
very well. Completely forgetting, I'm actually taking him back to a very dark time in his life where he lost a lot of his friends.
That's amazing that you got to take him. Did he say it was done well, that it was an accurate portrayal of what he himself witnessed? Because it's an action blockbuster movie, right? So usually they add in some Hollywoodisms, kind of like tie it up in a nice bow. Did he actually say it brought him back.
Yeah, he said not only were he didn't use these words, but essentially he was speaking to the visual effects, saying that it looked like you were really there.
Wow.
So it took him back
That
in
had
that
to
way.
be surreal.
Some of the historical characters that were the cornerstones of World War II.
Yeah.
What did you think about the casting?
I mean, first of all, what an honor to take somebody like that. He's like a living Avenger. I think
Yeah.
great casting.
I'm saying.
That's
Great
awesome.
casting, great movie. I love war movies that are historically accurate.
Me too.
So I just, along with the action and the casting, perfect.
All right, pop
Yeah.
quiz. Patrick Wilson
Yep.
and Dennis Quaid
Yep.
previously appeared in a historical drama together. Anybody?
Ah, Pinocchio.
No.
Watchmen.
No. They remembered. Take a look. You know, I was having deja vu as I came in to sit down, and I thought I should go through the catalog and find out what historical characters they played in the past. And I thought, wait a minute,
We got one.
It was like yesterday I sat down with these two guys in front of the Alamo, talking about the Alamo.
Yeah, there you go. You're the first.
So here we go again.
You're the first to remember the Alamo.
Nice pull, sir. Nice pull. Google it, kids. Look it up. It's a historical reference. So where are we going to be next? What historical drama do you two want to team up for next time?
Maybe in a Space Force movie.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Like a real Star Wars when that happens.
Well, it has to be a true story, so we got
That's
to wait
right.
a while.
That could happen. So a lot of these questions will be the same that I asked last time around. How cool is it to play someone historical? And is it daunting because you know you have family members that you'll bump into that'll go, you nailed it.
I really enjoy it, to tell you the truth, playing real people. And I love real stories. You know, they resonate with me and emotionally, and it's to try to capture the spirit of someone and the responsibility of doing that, whether they're alive or not.
If you missed it, definitely get it at home. Buy it.
Yep.
Buy it. Buy
I
it.
love all historical movies. Buy it. I'm going to
Yeah.
put it right next to Pearl Harbor.
I too say buy it. You want to own this movie. It is Midway. That battle represented extremely well. You want to celebrate the people who gave their lives in
Yes.
service to
Yeah,
World War II and America and for generations to come. All right, coming up in a moment. Speaking of World War II, a much different World War II story being told in Jojo Rabbit. Kelly, what can you tease?
Scarlett Johansson is incredible.
At her best, and it's fresh off of its Academy Award win. We'll talk to the cast next. Welcome back. It is Extra Butter. Now's a fun time of year because you can start to celebrate some of the movies you didn't see in theaters, but now you know about them because they won Academy Awards.
Yes.
Case in point.
Taika Waititi with Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Best adapted screenplay.
Exactly. Now, I love this guy's writing and his style because
man.
anybody ask me my favorite Marvel movie. What is it?
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor
Right,
Ragnarok,
right.
because it is so wickedly funny thanks to that guy.
He has the best sense of humor, and there's so much heart in this movie. You don't think that it would be like that because he's a riot. But I cried in this movie. I laughed. It's a hard movie to sell when people say, "What's it about?" You're
It's
like,
true.
a satire with Nazis and an
Yeah.
imaginary Hitler, and it's funny, and Scarlett Johansson's amazing. It's a hard sell, but
Yeah.
But if anything, it's the opposite of anti-Semitic. It actually
Yes.
celebrates the culture and actually kind of, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That was the horrors of World War II
Exactly.
in Nazi Germany.
Exactly.
And you went behind the
Crazy.
scenes to talk to Scarlett and the cast.
Yep, take a look. If you each could have an imaginary friend, it could be anybody, an imaginary confidant, just like Adolf was to Jojo, who would you pick to be by your side every day?
I think it would be like Winnie the Pooh or something.
Oh, that's a good
Or
one.
like
One.
Piglet, or just like a little friend that I could hug.
Aw, then you can just pick him up and carry him around.
Yeah.
That's cute. What about you two?
I've had a really scary person, like a proper, it'd be like a really scary big dude. So like every time I'm annoyed, I'd be like, well, I've got this guy.
Oh, you'd have like a bat. You'd bring muscle.
Yeah, have like a bodyguard.
Good thinking. And what about you, Scarlett?
Oh
It
my
could be
gosh.
Anybody.
It could be anybody.
Anybody you want.
I'd probably take Sam Jackson around with me everywhere.
He's
yeah,
awesome.
he's my bud. So I've been missing him lately. So I'd probably take him around with me.
I love that. And what was the best thing you'll remember 10 years from now when you remember this movie and the making of it? What's the one moment that sticks out to you?
Oh gosh, it's hard to think. I have so many memories of Taika, like just doing absolutely ridiculous things with him, and I think that dinner scene that we have, where Roman and I are
That
across
soup
from one
was
another.
good,
Yeah,
so.
you like the soup. I never got to.
You like the soup?
I just ended up drinking all that grape juice that whole scene. I was like, oh.
Is that some alcohol though?
Yeah, no, it's just it was just grape juice. But that was such a fun scene for us.
How did you not bust up laughing the whole time?
We did.
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of outtakes for sure.
That was a very good question, imaginary friends. Nice job. I'll ask the same. Who would you want to be your imaginary friend?
Think about it. Red Fox.
Elizabeth! Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you, Elizabeth!
Hey,
Dated
Jimmy.
reference lost on a younger viewer.
I like that.
That was
I
pretty
love
good.
Red Fox. Red Fox, Star Sanford and Son. All right, back on target. Who would you like to be, a la Jojo Rabbit, your favorite imaginary friend?
I have two.
Okay, celebrity imaginary friend would be?
Brad Pitt and Jared Leto.
Oh, we knew you were going to say Brad
Okay,
Pitt.
all right.
Oh,
If we're
And
playing,
yours, Harrison Ford?
no, if we're playing that way, mine would be Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. Ooh, no, she can't be yours. She's already on my team.
Can I
Oh,
also
wow.
say Michelle Obama? Because she gives great advice.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
I need her.
does.
All right,
She'd
we'll
be
take
like,
that there.
Took a man to the White House.
You know
I
who
need her.
doesn't give great advice? Hitler. That's why Jojo. He doesn't. He
that's-
does not give good advice.
Exactly, way to bring it back to the movie.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true to the storyline.
Yes.
I highly recommend you watch this movie.
Buy it.
And again, I know I've been saying this, I said this about Midway, about a lot of other movies,
We got
but
some good movies this time.
there's a lot of truth in this movie, despite the fact that it's wickedly satirical.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth and great heart in Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Watch it,
Yeah.
rent it, buy it.
I say buy it.
Buy
I
it.
say buy it over and just go see the movie.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Please
Yep.
bring it home.
Oh look, just in time to wrap it up, small popcorn's out of Sonic. And he's back.
Back,
Well, that was
yeah.
some good Sonic the Hedgehog running.
Yeah, how
No
do you
wonder
do
people are
that?
seeing the movie. So, did you like it for the 6,000th time?
Yes.
All right, that wraps up our show. Be sure and like and subscribe on YouTube. It's Extra Butter TV. Where do we find you on Instagram?
Large drinks, small popcorn.
Kelly Savannah Eaton.
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
I am
Sanders.
Steph Sanders everywhere. Happy Black History Month, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Celebrate. Thanks for all you do. All right, we'll see you next week. Nice running.
Bam.
You're not even sweating.
Can you run like that?
Nope.